Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, Ron here at AbleTrend. Welcome to the webinar. We'll go over the charts and look at the signals. It was a really good intraday, really good day today trading with AbleTrend signals. Intraday charts, everything was just very profitable today. It was a big winning day for gold, E-mini Russell, E-mini NASDAQ, E-mini S&P. It was just across the board, just one of those really good days that you wish could be like that every day. And the market is different every day, and we're just going to grind it out and do what AbleTrend says, because you or I or anybody can't even come close to thinking what we want, a feeling of what we may want to do, or we have emotions, fear and greed. We have hunches, we have thoughts. None of that can even compare to AbleTrend's algorithms, obviously. Nobody can. So the more we can just use it, stay with it, grind it out, because they'll be losing trades, I can assure you that. But they'll always be small if you follow the trading rules. Just put your stops in place. Sometimes you may even have a couple in a row. It's okay. It's part of the game. But just stick with it, because you're going to pick up some big money, and I mean big trends. It always does. I mean, this is not something from today. This is a 20-year track record. It's not a lucky week or a lucky year. It's not easy. I'm the first to say it. I don't sugarcoat it or, paint any unrealistic expectations or exaggerate. None of that, because I hate when that's done to me. So I tell it like it is, because we're very serious about our trading here. And I hope you are too. But if you have the ability to block out your emotions as much as possible, and just pick up most of these trades, I think you'll like what you see. So looking at a daily chart, because not everybody does intraday trading, and just as many people like to do more longer term. This is a GLD, which is the ETF for gold. This one's really just been, the AbleTrend signals have really been great again here. You got a triple confirmation buy signal back a couple of months ago. Obviously that worked out great. As long as you're above these dots, stay in the trade. And your stop loss originally just goes a little under the blue dot. And then, for example, when the price is here, there's where we put the stop loss. We put it at the second small blue dot below the price. Not the first one right under the price. The previous lower horizontal level of blue dots. This, of course, is a classic, perfect no trade zone. When we have resistance above, that's the red dots. The X's are weekly support. So we've got a wall above the price and a wall below it. Well, the prices get stuck in the middle. AbleTrend saying, leave it alone. It's too risky, because we only want to give out low-risk trades only. So if the two time frames are opposite, we're telling you there's support resistance above and below, meaning red and blue at the same time, stay away. Move on to something else. It's probably going to be sideways or choppy. It's too high risk. And that's why we get so many less losing trades than everything else, because we are very, very low risk. But again, there will definitely be losing trades. If you put your stop losses in, nobody will ever lose a lot of money on a trade, but there will be losing trades. There's a perfect triple confirmation buy signal, and up and away it goes. And this one's looking great. So if you're an option trader, buying a call at 135 and you're at 143 and change today, you're doing very well. That's a very profitable trade. As long as you stay above these blue dots, you're safe to stay in the trade. Same rules, same colors, same dots, and the most important thing is the same trading rules, no matter what you trade. Because AbleTrend works just as accurate for stocks, for futures, for day trading, for position trading. It just depends on whatever you like. AbleTrend doesn't care. It's up to you. Okay, now I was asked to put this gold chart up because it was a really big trade early this morning. It was a little choppy after that, gave a little bit back. But I mean, the whole key is just to catch these trades. And if you're an early morning trader, gold and crude oil, like before, let's say before the the E-minis and the stock market open up, which of course is 9:30 Eastern, Anything earlier than that, I don't recommend trading the E-minis, but definitely recommend trading crude or gold or other markets. It just depends if you're a fan of those markets. Otherwise you just wait for the E-minis to open up at 9:30 Eastern. But I mean that's just a beautiful signal there. That's a beautiful thing right there. You got your 2 green bar exit. There's your 2 greens. We put the stop just a little bit above the higher of the 2 green bars, which is right there, and we'd be stop out the next bar. But we're out at 23, in at 43. That's 20 points. That's a $2,000 winner. That AbleTrend gave me, you, and everybody else who just followed the rules and took the signal that it recommended to do. That's a beauty there. You don't get many of those. You just got to take advantage of those because that's gonna clean up any losses that we had, and certainly gonna give us a nice cushion going forward. So whole key is to just grind it out and take all the trades because you just don't know which ones are going to be the winners before that happens. Obviously, nice if we did, right? Oh, good question, Don. The 2 green bars earlier, there weren't enough profit. You've got to be in profit, and I say a couple $100, but you can use anything you like to get into the trade. But you know what? I always like to take the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, let's say you took the 2 green and you got stopped out here. Although you don't get stopped out there because you still would have been in this trade. So really, there were no other. And let's say you took the 2 green there. Nope, never got stopped out. 2 green here. Nope, kept on going lower. So you never 2 green here. Nope, never went above the higher of the 2 green bars. So you would have never gotten stopped out on any one. But I just say once you're in profit, then you use the 2 green bar because we start off just a little above those red dots, and then as the dots go lower, we just keep moving the stop loss lower. Well, we always lag one higher row, but geez, here's where the stop is. Let's say when the price closes here. I mean that's like 8 points away. That stop loss is quite far away. So we're just going to put the stop. Now you get 2 green bars. The point of the green bar exit is to put the stop as close as possible. When you're looking at it live, I mean, you're in there, obviously. Triple confirmation sell signal. You're watching this live. Now your stop is here. Now you're just watching those red dots. If you use the green bar there, I wouldn't because it's only, a small winner. But that's okay. If you did, fine. Just put it, just a little bit above the top of that green bar. Now these dots are a little bit lower than the stop, so move the stop there. A little bit lower, 40. Wow, now you got the stop down to 39. We got in at 44. We're 500 in profit right here. We cannot lose. We cannot do any worse than win $500 per contract. That's the worst we can do. Stop loss goes there now, 37.5. I'll put it like a half a point above. Still never hit the stop. Up, there's 2 greens. Put the stop a little bit above there. So let's call it 37. Never hit it. Up, there's 2 greens. Now we'll put the stop at like 36.5. Up, never hit it. Still in the trade. Still in the trade. Stop loss here down to 33.5. We're 1,100 in profit. Keeps going lower. I mean, this was just crazy. It was unbelievable. This is exactly what the E-mini looked like, which I'll do next. That'll be the last one we'll take a look at because I'm running late here on time. Stop loss here. Finally stopped out at 23. Wait a minute. We were in at 44. That's 2,100. So let's just take 100 off just for the heck of it. That's $2,000 winner. And even if you picked up, half of that or 3/4 of it, great job. E-mini Russell. Outstanding day again today. Just big money. You're welcome, Don. Not on this first one here, even though it's triple confirmation. You got that red X right next to it. Got to wait for the price to close above the red X, and then I'm a lot more comfortable with the trade. A lot lower risk. Right there. The long. Again, if we're looking at this live. Not going to take it yet, not above the red X. Love it there. Stop loss, a couple ticks below the bottom of the blue bar. You only have about a little over $100 at risk. So no big money at risk here. No big loss there. If it turns around and comes down, and again, can happen. Still in it. Oh, now the stop goes the second lower row of blue dots. So now we got the stop at 15.10. We're in at 07.5, $50 a point. And we're looking good here. Up a couple hundred. And it was just like off, like a rocket ship. Now the stop is there. Again, second lower blue dot. Doing real good here now. We're up 7 points. So that's 350. It's just like a rocket ship. Stop now up to here at 18. Now we're really doing great. 2 green bar out there. Now, if you get stopped out, you can always go back in again on a sweet spot, by the way. What's a sweet spot? There's a sweet spot. Pull back down to the blue dots. The bar goes from green to blue. You say, well, how do I know if I get in that sweet spot? You look at your tick chart. We use a 55, 125 for the Russell. We use a 233, 500 for NQ. So we go back to about 1040 this morning. And if we're long, which we weren't, that's right in this area, right in here, no way. We're not going to take that sweet spot. We're in a no trade zone. In fact, tick even went short right here, not touching it. Tick is short. Tick is a much faster chart. Tick is only used for entries. And the tick has to already be short or already be long before the 1 minute. In other words, the tick has to be already long if the 1, 2, 3 says to go long, which it does here, but the tick says, Look how the tick saved us on a potential losing trade. The tick chart is a game changer. I don't say that too often. That's how good the tick chart is. And it confirms all trades on the 1 minute chart. Especially good for the sweet spots, because it's almost always going to be in before the 1 minute chart. The problem with the tick, you say, why not use it for exits too? It's too fast. You're in and out, in and out. Any little pullback, it's got you in, out, in, out. It's too crazy. You overtrade with the tick. But it's perfect for entries, for confirming the 1, 2, 3 chart for entries. It's extremely accurate when you put the two charts together. And that's what you need to use if you're trading E-minis. ES and NQ, as I said, Nico, 233, 500. Hope that helps. NQ today, I also use a 3.9 on the bottom just to kind of take a peek at the longer time frame. NQ had a real choppy period here in the middle of the day in what we call the dead zone, and that's optional. You can still trade it if you like during the dead zone. That's fine. It's just optional. Some days it's actually good. Some days it's not. Today it wasn't. But look at all the no trade zones where we saved a ton of money when it was so choppy, where AbleTrend users weren't in the trade. Sometimes it's just as important knowing when not to trade as knowing when to trade. No trade. No trade. Look at all these no trade zones. Oh boy, did it just keep us out of trouble today. No trade. No trade. These are all no trade zones. That saved us a lot of money compared to every other trader and indicator out there. But there were losing trades. That's a losing trade. Small loser, no big deal, but was a losing trade. I point that out. I don't cherry pick, just show you the winners. Works both ways. But during this time, we call this the dead zone, where from 12:30 to 2 Eastern, again, it's optional. We're not saying don't trade. We're saying it's optional. If you have to take a break, that's a good time to usually do it, because many days it's choppy. Some days it wins, but other days it's choppy. It's kind of like 50-50. The first and last 2 hours of the day are almost always excellent. Yeah, a nice little trade right here at the end, toward the end of the day. That was a beauty. This trade alone, which we're out over here, got back a couple of these losses if you traded during the dead zone today. So that was a real big help, because It was a $1,200 winning day today trading NQ. And the whole key, of course, was catching that first trade. $1,200 per contract. That's a really good day. You don't have many days like that. I'm the first to say that. A lot of people said, "Oh, what do we do?" No. Oh, can I do this? Is this going to happen all the time? No, it's not. I assure you, it's not. I'm not here to fool anybody. First, right there, you're in. That's just beautiful. And then it's just off to the races from there. It was just unbelievable. It was just a really big winning day today. And you got to take advantage of these days because they just don't happen all the time. I mean, just look at this chart as you're watching this. Now your stop would be here. Okay, well, long from 16. Your stop is at 39. We're guaranteed 23 points profit. That's 20. That's $460 guaranteed. Take it to the bank. You can't lose. You have to make the very least $460 half hour into the trade. How sweet is that? That's a good feeling. 2 green bar. Stop goes at 50. Let's see what happens. Kept on going high. I never hit the stop. Now we got the stop at 54. Never hit it. Kept going. I mean, watching this, it was like fantasy world. I mean, it was just unbelievable. Here's the 2 greens, and we were stopped down at 76. We entered at 16. That's a 60-point winner. That AbleTrend gave you, gave me, gave everybody who uses AbleTrend and follows the rules. It just follows us, traded with the signal. That's as easy as it gets. And they're never easy. But that was an easy one because it was just quadruple confirmation when the trade came in. Blue bar, blue 1 minute, blue 2 minute, blue 3 minute. No red above. I mean, if the chart could talk to us, it would just be screaming at us. Hit the buy button. Hurry, quick. Don says, what about red at 12:55? I'm not sure what we were looking at that point, Don. Well, we're looking at this here, at the RTY chart. RTY was unbelievable today. I mean, that was another one, just unbelievable. Because we had another perfect triple confirmation sell signal after the big, giant winner over here. Then it went a little sideways, but we don't care. It was a no trade zone, all no trade zones. And now we're watching it. Boom! There it is. Red bar, red dot, red small x, red big X. Wow! That's exactly what I want to see. Quadruple confirmation to go short. And look at this. It just kept going. Oh, you could have definitely had a 2 green exit right over there. It's a couple points. To re-enter right there on the sweet spot. Tick agreed with it at that time. There's it hits the red dots, goes from green to red. I'm looking for red. There's the red. Here's your sweet spot. First red bar after a pullback to the red dots. Perfect. Down and away it went. Cool stuff today. Just one of those great days. And then this was back to the NASDAQ chart. That was a $1,200 with clear cut, no thinking, no guesswork. Well, I don't know. I mean, the chart couldn't be any clearer if you're a serious AbleTrend trader who takes the trades and just follows the simple rules. There's only 2 exit rules. It's a 2 green bar exit or opposite colored bar, like a red bar, red dot. That's the only way you get out. And if the bars are blue, don't even think about getting out. A lot of people say, I was up 800 and I get out. Okay, fine. You picked up 800 out of the 1,200 that AbleTrend gave us. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. That's terrific. Good job. But some people say, I got out. Did you get out on a blue bar? Yeah. Why do that? I mean, that's like an 80%, in your favor. I mean, if you're going to get out, at least get out on a green or when it starts to come back down. Don't get out on blue. Blue is AbleTrend's algorithms and AbleTrend's algorithms and multiple time frames all saying it's going to go high. I mean, it's a strong uptrend. I wouldn't. Okay, then just a gorgeous no trade zone, which nobody could have won during the end because it just went sideways. I mean, again, there's the value in the software when it's going sideways. I mean, anybody could have picked up that big winner. Most indicators went straight up. No big deal. You know, I'm looking at AbleTrend like, no big deal. Not here to brag or exaggerate about it. I do the opposite. I go, anybody could have had that. It's when it was sideways and choppy. Here's where you saw extreme value when anybody else would have gave half the money back. It would have just been terrible after that because it was just sideways and choppy after that in a real narrow trading range. And it's the same rules no matter what you trade. Crude oil, Forex, stocks, same colors, same trading rules. That's what makes it great. It's so easy. Once you read once you know how to read the one chart, read them all. Yes, all the sessions are recorded for the past couple of years. Where can you see them? You can see them at the same website that you got on to get it in here, Nico. You could also click help, and then webinars inside of AbleTrend. Help webinars. It's right on the homepage of the website. It says interactive webinars right on the homepage of the website. Interactive webinars. And the same place you got, I don't know how you got to this website, but in the same place on here, you can see right here, webinar archives. It just says webinar archives. Yes, sir. Yeah, Don, that's what I see. Yes, sir. Yep. This was during the no trade zone, as I mentioned, the dead zone. However, yeah, that was if you did trade during the dead zone, it would have been minus 5 points. You know, we were up 60 points, and it would have been, would have been minus 5 at that point. Yep, just. And then as we stick with it, here was minus 5, and then we picked up plus 12. Let's call it 10, because I always like to downgrade the winners, not exaggerate them. So we picked up 10 after 2 minus 5s. Yeah, we cleaned up 2 minus 5s from the previous two trades. Yes, sir. And this was the whole. Here was the whole day as a whole. Right about there. Yeah, that's kind of about what the whole day looked like. I like to zoom out because you can see the whole day. It's cool. Don, great. Wanted to make sure I was reading it right. Yes, sir. Good job, Don. Was the sweet spot an NQ at 10:31 too late to enter it, or should I have entered earlier on the sweet spot? 10:32. Michael Z's asking. Looks like that would be right there. Oh, we have to just wait for tick. 10:32. No, tick was in a no trade zone. No trade, Michael. Tick was in a no trade zone. Red X's, blue dots, no trade zone. No, sir, no trade. Okay, I'm already over my time limit here, but I just wanted to help everybody. And again, it's the same rules. It doesn't matter what you trade. If you trade CL, if you trade Forex, it's the exact same trading rules. Exact same. And the software works the same for everything. So it just depends on whatever you like to trade. Thanks everyone for being here. Hope this was helpful for you.